Okay. Thank you.
Good morning, folks.
Good morning.
This morning I texted, just like 20 minutes ago, I texted the wrong committee chair to tell them, hey, got the junior situated, I'll be there in just a
Okay.
minute.
We're getting ready to start.
Yeah.
So I'll call the meeting to order. Thank you, and if you could leave those up, Channel 4, I'd appreciate that. First business is approval of the June 26th meeting. Not sure if everybody's had a chance to read them. I'll make a motion.
Glanced over. Didn't see anything wrong. I'll motion to approve that.
I made a motion. You'll second it?
You said you entertain a motion, you'll take a motion.
I said I'll make a
I
motion.
apologize, I misheard you. Yes, I'll second your motion.
Okay, so been moved in second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. 2-0. Okay. Next is the applicant appeal, and I believe somebody across the table, Brett, would that be you?
Yeah, so we have CASA of Shawnee County, who will be making an appeal today for the
Okay.
Social Services Grants Committee.
Okay, I would ask if they would like to come to the podium, please, to speak.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Megan Schuler. I'm the Citizens Review Board Coordinator with CASA, and this is Carrie Tummins. She's our Executive Director.
Brand new, week 3.
I haven't done this before, so do I just start going?
You can speak to the appeal.
Okay. On the logic model, the current data was given to support the outcomes currently to date. The data reflects our ability to date, how we would meet that second goal. The proposed outcome for 2025 would be 70 families, and 57 of those would achieve the accept program goals with a percentage of 81.4%. That would align with our baseline data of 80%. Therefore, 90% of our outcomes and goals would be met based on the proposed projected. I put in there the data to date to show that we were able to meet our data currently, and then we would also be able to meet the proposed data also. The capacity grant funds, those funds were listed under United Way with the impression that the grant was under the umbrella of the United Way. It's clear that it is a City of Topeka grant. That was just a mistake. The organizational leadership, the CASA board is dedicated to increasing community board representation. Due to the nature of children in need of care, CASA ensures potential board members are aware of the lengthy application process, which includes strict background checks, including an FBI criminal history check, child abuse and neglect registry, and Social Security verification. This thorough background check and application process can deter potential candidates. So we are very mindful and really do want to increase our community board representation, but it is a little bit more difficult than other board policies due to our nature of the children that we work with.
And if I may interject, that is something that we are absolutely actively working on.
Speak in the
board.
microphone,
Oh, I'm so sorry.
because other people at home cannot hear you. Thank you.
Yes, we are actively addressing that through board strategic planning and the work that we're doing to ensure that we are representative of the community and the population that we serve. So that is definitely on our strategic plan goals that we're addressing.
Okay. Is that all?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, I would like to hear from you guys, call out.
Yeah, thank you. So regarding the outputs and outcomes, the review committee saw that the performance measures that were listed in the application, some of them saw them as vague and didn't necessarily see them as lining up directly with the program as it was related to the program that was put forward, and didn't see direct alignment with some of the performance measures and some of the outcomes. And so that was part of the reason for the scoring on that piece. In terms of the let's see, in terms of organizational resources to be able to produce the outcomes, the grant funds were listed under United Way instead of city, and so that was confusing to the folks. So when you read the rubric, it made the budget harder to read, and so in terms of how the points are allocated in the rubric, it wasn't clear how you were able to distinguish the program budget. And so that's one of the reasons for the score for 3 out of 5 instead of 5. In addition, the reviewers felt like that this program may not be as sustainable without this grant, as they saw this city grant being in excess of 80% of the program budget as it was outlined in the application. And finally, on leadership, you have to hit at least 3 of the 4 evaluation criteria in order to get any of the points out of 5, and they missed on race and ethnicity and missed on gender, and so as a result they received 0 out of 5 on community representation. So those were the reasons that the reviewers gave for the scores for those particular areas.
Okay. And when we sent them a letter, I'm sure we sent them a letter, we did identify that's what that was. Okay,
Yeah.
and so today they're appealing it, and they're telling us they're trying to make it clear what they meant. Okay.
Right, with those pieces.
My next question would be, I've become aware of the process, and I know that the process is to, what is it I'm trying to say? There's a time period in there where they can come to you with any questions and ask you to review their application. Was that done?
Yeah, that's a good question. Audrey, do you know if CASA was one of the applicants that came forward and had us read their application prior?
I'm not sure on this one, but that's not something that the person who was administrating the grant specified to us when they were informing us of CASA's appeal.
Okay, so we walked through this appeal a couple of weeks ago. We had a staff change as of Friday, and so last week we walked through this appeal, and that wasn't part of the conversation that we had then. So.
Okay. So CASA, I will ask you guys, are you, whoever wants to answer, are you aware that there's a period of time that you can take your application in to them and they can look it over and they can give you advice on whether to change it or ask any questions or clarifications? Are you the one that originally applied for this application? Because if you would have went to the meeting, and I also believe that it was online, that it clearly stated that.
I did watch the online video, but I did not go to the meeting.
Okay. And was it on the application as well?
Yes.
Very clearly
Yes.
on the application?
Yep, it's on the application as well. There are different contacts that are in the RFP based on what the particular needs are. So there are United Way of Cobb Valley contacts in there just based on the individual needs that folks have. Yeah.
Okay. Marcus, do you have any questions or concerns?
I don't necessarily, as a matter of procedure. I think it's important that if we're making any vote today on this, is that exactly how this goes, Chair? We make a vote on their appeal? Okay. Because of that, I am worried that it is not necessarily right for me to do so, to participate in that, and I was wondering if I could make a motion to continue this until Neil Doba can be present. Because my wife is on their board, or was on their board very recently, and I wouldn't want to, I would be abstaining from any vote. So I would hope that they get a fair chance and allow Neil to be here if possible.
Well, this is my stance on it, and I appreciate that. For conflict of interest, he's saying he would be abstaining. We had another meeting where we had an applicant that came, and they at our last meeting, and they were not able to participate because the process is important. You said you didn't have a question on that, but I don't either, but I want people to know that the process is important because there's a period. So when the RFP goes out, there's a period of time when they can go back and say, here's my application, I want to submit it, can you look at it? And these guys take it and they can make a suggestion like, blah, 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 blah. We just had, actually it was 2 applications, right? That were denied because they didn't participate in that. And so, in not participating in that, they were denied. They didn't make criteria, okay? So, these guys, they apply, and the portal, we couldn't go back because the portal was closed and all the allocations were already done. These guys sent their application in. They were not aware of that process. They submitted their application and they got denied for the following reasons. So my thing is, I kind of see the same thing. The portal's closed. Now, that's not to say that we can't open it back up. But again, this process, and I do believe in CASA. I've always been a big supporter of CASA. I understand what they do. But at the same time, I have to follow through. I feel like I have to follow through with the process, and the process is already closed. And so I would be ready to vote on this today to keep it in line. But if you want to make that motion, it would be one to one.
And so as chair, how would you like to proceed with that?
Unfortunately, the portal is closed. Unfortunately, that process happened, and I'd like to move forward with it. And so therefore, I've heard your appeal, I understand it, but I also know over the years that we have fought very hard to make sure that something was in line to help you guys, and that's there, and I apologize if you didn't see that or you were not aware of that, but we've made every effort to make sure that you guys know before you submit it, they can look at it, and we've had several agencies that have lost out. And so I would like to say I've heard your appeal, but I do want to move forward, and maybe next year that you will understand that you're going to have to take those extra steps, or you can take those extra steps. I mean, you don't have to, but you know.
We didn't know about the grant until the last minute, and so we applied for it late. I mean, I made the grant late, wrote the grant late, and so we didn't have time, honestly, to send it for someone to look at it beforehand.
And they were in a state of transition as well with leadership.
Can you come to the mic, please? so
Sorry.
people-
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was made aware of the grant at a late date, so I was still writing the grant that day, to be honest. And so I submitted it that day, and so I didn't have time to send it in for pre-approval or have anyone look at it beforehand. So that's why that didn't happen. For full transparency, I would have much rather had it been done months in advance and have been able to do that. But we were aware of the grant about 2 weeks before it was due. And so that's why I couldn't go to the meetings beforehand. I would have loved to have gone and sat in on them and seen them in person. I did watch them online to try to get as much information as I could before I started writing it. But that's just how that happened. And I saw the grant come online and thought it was a great opportunity for this new program that we started. And so I thought I would go ahead and try and see, what I could do and if I was any good at it or not. So I was trying to give it my best shot. So.
No, thank you for that.
And we do appreciate that, and I hope you will understand that, the process has been made so that people can come to them and ask them questions and
Right,
stuff like that.
right.
And
I didn't know that was like a, I guess, breaking point of.
It's not a breaking point.
Okay.
You can submit just like you did, but when something happens, it's for, we've made it so that you can see where you've been
Right,
wronged at.
right.
And over the years, we've had a lot of people that have missed out
Mm-hmm.
on, we had somebody one time that left the business that wrote the grant, and she left and they never got the grant. They never got information that they requested. And that's not our responsibility, that's
Right.
the company's.
Right,
So
right.
I'm not telling you how to submit it, I'm just telling you that we've tried to put everything in place to make it so that you guys can see where you've been wrong, and that was a big push for me.
Right. And that's why I wanted to appeal, is to see if I could get good feedback and how to, help next time. And we really do want to help families in Topeka, and there's not a lot of ways to help with utilities and rent mortgage, so it has come out to be a big need for families that we work with. So trying to help families, and we have just started this program, and so at the beginning, we didn't really know what families would need, so trying to go based off of what we're seeing a need in Topeka. So trying to see what we can do and try to find needs. So, and
Thank
then
you.
get your feedback on what we need to do better. So,
Absolutely.
thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
And the process starts in March or April?
April.
April.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just put that on your
Right,
calendar.
we'll keep our eyes out.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
So, do you have anything else?
No, ma'am.
Having said that, I'd like to move forward with approving what we have slated. Do we hear that now, or do we?
So, so you would, at this point, approve
So,
here?
I'll just say this, I do apologize that you were not able to get in it, but next year we'll make sure that we get you fully aware and that you get what you need, okay? Thank you. So, on that applicant appeal, I'm going to go ahead and make a motion to approve the committee, or not the committee, but the review board's process. I'll make that motion to approve that.
I'll second that motion.
So, it's been moved in second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 2-0. Okay, the review, scoring, and funding recommendations.
So do we need to?
I believe, because there were no changes with the appeal, that at the last meeting, the committee approved the initial scoring recommendations that Brett handed out. So if there are no changes, I think we move forward as it is.
I don't think we approved it because we had the appeal process. So I can't see us approve it and not listening to the appeal. Does that make sense?
Sure, yeah, I think we can go ahead and approve again. So the way it was worded was the motion was to provide a preliminary approval of the scoring award recommendations pending any, so now that we've done that, I don't think it hurts to formally make a motion again.
Okay. Like preliminary is a little bit different.
Sure.
But approval, that's said and done, so, okay. So,
Move
Are
to
you
approve.
okay? Okay, I'll second it. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. And what is the next process? Now that they've been approved?
Yeah, so that at this point, this goes to the governing body,
Right,
is that correct? And goes to the governing body in August as part of the budget process. And then we have a meeting that we can work with Tanya with to schedule in September as part of the debrief for the process. So we can work to be
Okay.
able to get that scheduled. And then we'll work on contracts. We'll start working on contracts now, and we'll make sure that those are all ready to go this fall to be executed on January 1.
I think all the applicants, I'll just say this, that have applied, and even the applicants, it was Speaker Rescue Mission, and who was the other one?
Community action.
Community Action, very, very, that missed out this year, very reputable. All of our social services are good, but, and they missed out on that process too. So,
Yeah.
okay. Is there anything else to come before the council? Again, I'd like to thank you guys for all your hard work, listening to, going through all of the applicants, reviewing and all that, and appreciate everything in the process. And I know it gets a little rough, but there's, again, just, I assure my colleagues, and this is what we've signed up for, and you guys do all the hard work, so just
Thank you.
appreciate that.
Do a great job.
And I know that you guys want to help everybody, and I know there's only so much money, and I know you feel just as bad, but we have to move forward. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There's nothing else? This meeting's adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.